Mornings that was pouring down rain or very cold, she would get in the truck and get her stuff on and take us up there. So she didn't let us suffer too bad. But there were a few mornings where I went to school and had to borrow clothes from people because I was too soaking wet. But she did take care of us on most days. The beach. Every year that I can remember, we went to the beach. Every single year. So some of my best memories are of being down at the beach with her. Before Papa got the last travel trailer, we had the old Prowler. You remember the Prowler, Mama? And the nice thing about that Prowler was, and you guys, if you remember some of the things from this, if you see one of the old 70s Prowlers, they've got a little small window right near the very front of those Prowlers. And what it is, it's a little sleeper that falls down. And so me and Sam were the kids. We had to, you remember, don't you, Melissa? You had to get up there. You had to get up there and sleep up there in the top of that. And some of my favorite memories of being at the beach, Mama and Papa, and if you've ever been to a Jenkins beach trip, by the end of the week, just about everybody in the family's there. There's people sleeping on the floor. We're rolling 4 deep in the bed. So I can remember one time, Nancy was there with Chad. In the back of in the back of the Papa's old brown Ford truck, we had a camper shell in the back on it, and I never understood why as a child that there was newspaper covering up the windows. there was always a place for everybody to stay down there. But about sleeping up there in the bed, it would get very dark at night, and me and Sam would look down, and everybody would be talking. It'd be real hushed. You couldn't see anything except for a couple small things. I don't know if you remember. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But you'd see a couple small things, and this is long before health craze that we have today. It was everybody smoking. So you'd see the little cigarettes, the little lights from the cigarettes. You could see them all. Then you could see who was sleeping there, who was tugging. Just those little things that pop out in your memory from the beach. Very early on. I don't remember how old I was, but I couldn't have been but about 3 or 4. I got Mom in a lot of trouble with Dad at the beach. I asked Mom and begged her for the car keys while we were walking on Bogey Inlet Pier and dropped them through the cracks into the ocean. How old was I? Dad was not at the beach with us. So he had to come down there and get us. So like I say, it was. I did lots of stuff to Mom over the years, and there's going to be more. She got me back at the beach. I'll have to tell this story too. I was a bit older when this happened, but she got me back. We always went to Bogey Inlet Pier, the campground there on Emerald Isle. Who got Papa's hat? Did you get Papa's hat? His fishing hat that said Bogey Inlet Pier on it. And so the campground was a couple blocks back from the main strip, and so we're sitting there. We're at the strip, and we go walking out to the main strip from the campground. So it's a good ways, half a mile or so, a couple blocks. And we're out, getting ice cream or going shopping. And I was a kid. I'm tired. My feet hurt. We've been out all day. Mom said, just sit down, and take a rest off. So I sat down when she told me to sit down. Right into a gigantic fire ant nest. So I'm sitting there just minding my own business, and all of a sudden. This is before I was a teenager, and I started feeling fire in my pants. So, I'm jumping up and banging everything off, and she's, oh no, I'm so sorry, we're running back. And it's a long way to get back to this campground. You guys remember how far back it was. She just felt awful about it, so she got me back from that. That was one of the only times, and one of you guys can answer this for me, but they never let us take a shower in the camper. We always had to go to the shower house. Never understood that. I didn't know if they charged for the water or the sewage or what, but we never got to take a shower. That night, I got to take a shower in the camper. They didn't make me wait any longer. And I had ant bites where you ain't supposed to have it. But she took care of me too.
It was usually because you were too sandy and they just get really sand in the camper.
That makes sense. Wait a minute, there was a hose outside. We could have hosed us off outside. Whatever. Yes, it was. I had to earn my trip to the shower, not right. Second grade, we moved to West Virginia, and only a couple stories from West Virginia. Mom hated West Virginia. We lived in a rat house. I didn't know this till I was older and knew better, because when you're a kid, you don't know. You just know this is where you live, and this is how you grow up. But this house, the toilet was always backing up. It was falling apart. The fact that the toilet was always backing up, by the way, had nothing to do with the fact that I was always flushing toilets down there. The septic system should have overcome that. but she hated that place. Here's another thing I did to Mom. Poor thing. This is the worst whipping she ever gave me in my life, and I earned it. Everything in South Charleston, West Virginia is walking distance. Everything. School, grocery store, church, everything. Walking distance. So we go to the library all the time. We have almost daily thing, especially during times of work. We go to the library and hang out. So went to the library one day, and I decided today's a good day to hide from Mom. So I ducked down behind some book covers, and she started looking for me. So I'd wait till her head was turned, poke my head up. All right, she's coming this way. So I go running real low. She was over. I just hide down. I'm 7, 8 years old. I don't know any better. So I'm running around home. She could not find me. She's crying, upset. And finally, she left. I mean, this is long before the age of cell phones and internet and all this stuff. So I mean, it's not like she could call Dad or anything. I mean, she just had to go home, and that's what she did. This is walking distance. So here she is, poor thing, walking home. And I started following back home, and she turned around and saw me. And that was a beating of epic proportions. She did. If she was going to hit me, and there's more hitting stories in here. If she was going to hit me, it was because I usually earned it. But now that I have my own kids, I understand the pain that was involved. This was before you came up there. Like I say, she pulled my pants down, laid me across, beat the living hell out of me. And I cried it out. She came back in and apologized. I said, "You just don't know what you did to me." And now that I have my own kids, I know what the pain I put her through, and I feel bad about that. I apologized to her numerous times afterward. Another quick funny story from West Virginia, and we'll move on to something else. It was me and her one time. I can't remember if we moved out or the house was falling apart, and there was always work on it. So one summer we went or the summer after we'd been there for a while, we went and lived at the beach for a month straight. But we were always going back and forth and doing stuff. And just me and Mom, we were sitting in the kitchen that night, and we were playing cards or a board game or something. And we're sitting there, and I'm sitting there Indian style, crisscross applesauce is the proper way to say it. But I'm sitting there, and she's sitting there playing, and all of a sudden I go, and she says, "It's okay, son, you don't have to cry." And I said, "Oh, no, I wasn't crying, I pooted." And she just had the biggest laugh about that, and we talked about that for years. Every time I ever make that noise, she'd just shake her head and start laughing. So after the time in West Virginia, we moved back home. 3rd grade, lived in that trailer a little bit longer. Things started going a little bit better at work with Dad. Started things going a little bit better. Oh, by the way, I should mention Dad. Dad had back surgery on December 17th, and for you guys that don't know, Dad has a very bad back, and he was in excruciating pain, and he had rods put in his lower back, and he wanted to be here. I'm recording it for him so he can see it. I told him he was by all means welcome to be here. He said some very nice things, but he physically could not make the trip, so I'm going to refer to Dad a few times. But she was loved by Dad, and Dad loved her. But anyway, we get back to Walkertown. Excuse me. And 3rd grade, I come home to the trailer. Come up to the door. You guys know this story. Come up to the door, open up the door. Mom's standing there, and I said, "Who are you?" she made the bad decision of coloring her hair blonde. And that was a big no-no. I did not talk to her for a month. And I'm not exaggerating. A month is a long time for your 8-year-old son to not talk to you. It just upset me. The rest of her life, if she ever wanted to change her hair, she'd call me. And she wanted to make sure it was okay with me before she did anything to her hair, because my first words, because she surprised me, and I said, "Who are you? You're not my brother." And by then I was getting a little bit older and understood. And Dad was like, "You've upset your mother because she thinks you don't love her anymore. You need to go talk to her." Like, "I still love you, Mom. It's just you messed me up with the hair." Yeah, she did. You guys may not have heard that. She called me a few months ago and asked if she could go red. So, I mean, even up when she started losing her hair and she wanted to get wigs and things like that, she checked with me. Uncle Ronnie's not here, and I hate that he didn't make it, but he was kind enough to buy her a wig. So, if you guys will make sure to relay that to him, that we were all very grateful for that. I don't know if everybody knows that or not. Ronnie bought her a wig. She only wore about a month. She got her cancer and got her chemo, so she started dealing with it pretty quickly. But during that time, she had a wig if she wanted to wear it. So after the trailer in 4th grade, we moved into the house. Same plot of land. I can still go down there now, drive down there. They paved that damn road, by the way, that dirt road. They paved it 6 months after we moved in. I walked that dirt road. I watched those damn cars. Terry's laughing. But Terry and I lived together. By the way, quick aside, Terry and I lived together after I moved out of Dad's house. And I got to pick on him since he's here. And I drove this white Stratus for a few years, and the house we lived on, Cell Road, about the last 200 or 300 yards was dirt. So if anybody here has never lived on a dirt road, your car gets covered in dirt. There's nothing you can do, just wash it. So we were dating, Penny and I were dating at the time, and she was following me somewhere one day, and she calls me up and says, "Do you know what is on the back of your car?" Yeah, he's back there embarrassed now, and he should be. I said, "No, what is on the back of my car?" This practical joker back here wrote, "I love little boys." On the back of my car. And I told him about it, and I said, "Terry, why'd you do that?" He said, "I was just messing with you, but you're just now seeing it. I did that about a week ago." He says, "You've been giving I give you a hard time about it." I said, "No, child molesters don't advertise. It's not that big of a deal." So, yes, Lucas. Very good. Very good. Very good. Go take it over there with your brother. So, dirt road, thank you. Dirt road, like I said, we got in the house. We were there a couple years, and then this is the time where we started our round of people that know the family of separation, divorce, reconciliation, divorce, remarried, divorce, separation. We're back and forth. And when I share that with you guys, it's not because I'm bitter or upset or whatever. It's just some people don't understand the gaps or why we are the way we are with each other, because you enjoyed the time you had when you had it, and when you were together, and it was a good times. But there's gaps there when Mom wasn't living there. And that's the other reason why I learned how to cook, because Dad's idea of dinner was, let's take all the leftovers from the last week, throw it in a crock pot, and call it goulash. And I just didn't like that. When I got old enough to drive, I wore out a trail to Wendy's up there at Akron Drive in Ogden Station, because I wanted to eat something other than crap in the crock pot. So there's groceries we ate, and when there wasn't, we ate goulash, and when I had money, I went and got my own food. But during that time, 4th and 5th grade is when we picked up Matthew. So now I get to tell the story about my brother's brother and my brother and my dysfunctional family and all those things. You guys, Matthew, my brother, Mom's youngest son, who's my blood cousin. His mother died when he was 6. I was 11. Jason, his brother, my brother's brother, my cousin, I was 16. The reason why I share that is because the house was always open to anybody. To Matthew, to Jason, Nancy lived with us. The house was always open. Even Sabrina came for a little bit. Her and Bobby were having some problems early on. It's been long enough so I can tell a little bit, but Sabrina came for a couple times. They worked it out. We were talking about how old their kids are, 28 years old. So my son is 4, my daughter is 2. Sabrina, my first cousin, has a 28-year-old. She has grandkids that are older than my kids. I mean, it's completely. By the way, Dad's remarried, so my brother's brother is older than my stepmother. So, wrap your mind around that for a while. Like I say, it's always crazy. My oldest uncle on Dad's side was only 2 years younger than Mama's husband, Papa. Because Dad was the youngest of 11. So, I mean, it was just amazing how that stuff works out. By the way, after picking up Matthew, I have to relate another story. Dad will get mad at me later when he watches this, and that's fine. I was living with Dad after my first year of college and before I moved out. And this was over in the old mission house behind Mill Springs Baptist Church. They tore that down, by the way. You knew that, Aunt Jenny, Uncle Jim. They tore that old mission house down. Parsonage is still there, but the mission house is down. I got a phone call, or we get a phone call at the house there. Again, this is back before cell phones, so you know, a regular phone. And I'm looking at the TV here, the joke about it is if you're about to tell a black joke, you have to look over your shoulder to see if anybody's looking. It's not a black joke, but it's a story. There's a little girl calls up, and she's in her teenage, and obviously as soon as I hear her voice, I can tell it's a black girl. And she was looking for her father, and her father's name was David Thomas. And I said, the David Thomas that lives here is not here right now, so she called back another day, and he wouldn't be there. And she kept calling back, looking for her dad, David Thomas. So I tell him about it in the evenings. I give him a hard time. I said, Dad, there's something here you want to tell me about. I said, I'm not be upset at you, I just want to know, And this is how I found out Dad had a vasectomy. And so Dad said, son, after you were born, your mother came up to me and said, either you go out and get this done or I'm going to do it for you. So he said, it cannot be my child. So that's how I found out about it. Another quick story about that. We're gonna do a reception. Everybody's invited, and I'll get over the details in a second, but we'll take the laptops and the slideshows in case you guys haven't had a chance to look at them. But there's a picture of Mom on her